Welcome to Flipping with Knowmia. You may follow along with this lesson by using the bit.ly link on the screen to access the presentation. First of all, what is the flipped classroom? No, it's not turning the room upside down as if we could walk on the ceiling. The flipped classroom is a form of blended learning, and hopefully at this point in time you've heard of blended learning. It utilizes 21st century technology in the classroom. Blended learning can be described in a number of ways, all of which boil down to one point: technology in education. There are four basic models of blended learning: rotation, flex, self-blended, which may be referred to as a la carte, and the enriched virtual. The flipped classroom is an example of the rotation model, as students rotate between video lessons and assignments. The flipped classroom has been described as taking the lecture in class and the activities, projects, and practice problems typically assigned for homework and flipping them. The video lessons allow students to pause, rewind, fast forward, and replay the lecture at their own pace outside of class. This in turn allows the in-class time to be enriched with hands-on activities and engaging experiences that are facilitated by the educator, which is arguably where true learning takes place. This removes the ancient complaint of "I didn't do my homework because I'm lost." Students gather background information for homework, and the entire class period is engaging with an educator there at the side of the lost student. The flipped model is often referred to as flipping in-class and out-of-class work, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. For me, the flipped classroom involves the form of the lecture. Is the lecture teacher-led, or is the lecture a video lesson, and the teacher is the guide on the side? Again, the video allows for the students to pause, rewind, fast forward, and replay the lecture, personalizing it to their needs and their learning styles. I think the root of the flipped model is the proportions of lecture versus activities, as illustrated in this graphic. Students gather content and a foundation in a self-paced, personalized way, and more valuable class time is spent in a facilitated activity where the depth of learning occurs, and it helps eliminate the "I didn't do my homework because I'm lost" statement. Video lessons can be pulled from across the internet from platforms such as Khan Academy, YouTube or TeacherTube, TED Talks or TED Ed, or from CK12, Discovery Education, and Academic Earth. Multiple platforms can be used to create video lessons, but what we are going to look at today is Knowmia. When we refer to Knowmia, we are talking about two things: the iPad application and the website. So first of all, the Knowmia Teach and the Knowmia Teach Pro are iPad applications for creating video lessons, which are then uploaded and shared to the Knowmia website. One very important thing to note is that you do not have to use this application to create your videos or to upload your video lessons to the Knowmia website. It is merely a tool that can be used if desired. We will explore the Knowmia Teach app at the end of this lesson. When we refer to Knowmia, we are also talking about the website. We are going to start by going through the key features of the Knowmia platform. As stated at the beginning of this lesson, you may use the bit.ly that was given to access this presentation, where you will find the links to each of the pages that we are now going to go through. So here we are at knowmia.com, and this is the home page when you access the website. You can tell that right away you have two choices. You may either look at the free tools for teachers, or you may begin exploring the 30,000 lessons available in the lesson library. One important thing to note is once you do create an account, you're going to want to use this page, this tab from the home page that says My Knowmia. This will take you to the page where you will have all of your data from your student assignments and your lessons and your profile page and everything that you need in your account. We're going to start right here with the free tools for teachers. And this is basically an outline of everything that the platform provides you. Again, everything is free. You've got the Knowmia Teach iPad app, which we're going to talk about at the end of the lesson. And what you're doing right now as you're watching this video is you are in the Knowmia assignment wizard. This is really great because you can take these lessons and any videos that you create, you can add questions, and then it puts all of that data together for you on one page. And as you can see from this screenshot, you've got a percentage for each video, if you have more than one video, a percentage of how much every single student watched that video. So for example, if Johnny didn't even log into his assignment, you can see he hasn't logged in, he never submitted it, he didn't answer any questions, and we know that when we come into class that day or before we begin our assignments that we need to sit down with Johnny and have a talk. Or we can see, for example, the student has not watched the videos and got a couple questions wrong. That's again information that is given to us right away as the students are submitting the assignments and as they're completing them. We're going to go through this after we've completed this lesson. Another great tool with this website is it provides you interactive mini courses. This can be used in different forms. It's basically at this point trying to be competitive with Khan Academy, where you have an entire mini course, you have lessons and you have questions, you have quizzes that are public so that any student or any teacher may use them. This is great for educators who want to share their content with the world. It can also be used for teachers who want to put their entire course into modules and go ahead and make it published and have the students proceed through each mini course in each module. Or for a student who is behind, you can find a mini course and give that as supplement material or as an extension, as remediation, or however you may see fit. Also on this page, we have access to the Video Revolution project. This is videos and interviews with experienced teachers who are using video in the classroom, and it's really great because these teachers come from a variety of areas. And for example, this teacher right here does chemistry, so I sat down and watched his interview, and it was really great for me to listen to his experience with videos and the tools that he's using in his classroom and immediately turn around and use his ideas in my classroom. The very last thing that's on here is it just again is talking about they have 30,000 video lessons available in various content areas that you can access in their library, and then some further links that we're going to go through. When you access the video library, again you see that we have over 30,000 video lessons, and across the top you see featured lessons and teachers, but as you scroll down you will find the different categories. We have art, engineering, and English, which you can see we've got multiple categories here, and then we have the two large chunks, mathematics and science. The flipped classroom originally began with two chemistry teachers who began to use videos and help take that content so that we could have lecture outside of class and a lot of time in class working through these really hard, complex problems. So mathematics and science are very big on this Knowmia website. You also have social studies, technology, world languages, and I really enjoy the teaching section with the professional development, and of course there are other subjects. You also have the top 10 lessons of the week, which are picked from the most viewed teachers last week based on how many stars they were awarded. These stars are typically not given by students. It's given by other teachers and from the general public who have logged on and viewed these videos. So you're not really getting stars based on students just clicking it because it's their teacher. I really have found a lot of great ideas from this. For example, if you are a science teacher, you come and see the top 10 lessons of the week, and you see molarity and dilution calculations as one of the top lessons of the week. And as an educator, you can then sit there and say, maybe I can use this as an extension, maybe I can use this as remediation, maybe I can use this instead of my video because this may be a better video than how I explain it, or it's an alternative method to explaining this content. This could be used in multiple ways. for the educator. Speaking of the featured video lessons, this is the Inspiration Corner. Knowmia teachers cover a wide range of school subjects and use different techniques to create quality video presentations for their students. So what we have here is a collection of some different fascinating lessons that help inspire you to use new tools and techniques when creating your own video lessons. So the first set are all lessons that were created using the Knowmia Teach iPad application, and this is great if you're using that application because you can quickly learn techniques for using it. And what I personally enjoy is checking out the lessons powered by other video tools, because if you think about it, students, if they are watching these videos on a very consistent basis, and you're using the same PowerPoint and the same technique every single time, it is great at some points to have consistency, but it is also great to sometimes have a video in there that is completely different. And I learned these different types of techniques for creating these videos by checking out these lessons powered by other video tools than the application that I am using, and it helps give inspiration. Also on the Knowmia website, what I really like is they're putting together these, what they're calling mind maps. So far, they only have a mind map for high school biology and high school chemistry, but the other contents are on their way, and it's great because it gives you all of the content that you need to know to pass that class. And as you can see, you've got icons over here for the basic, for advanced, and for AP. Again, this is something that is only available for high school biology and high school chemistry, but it is on its way, so you can click on it. It gives you the videos, definitions, and a lot of information that you would need to know. So the last couple of things I'd like to show you that you can access through the Knowmia website is the Video Revolution project. This is great to get the inside story from leading educators from around the world who are integrating video into their teaching, into their classrooms. They are using videos in class, they're using videos as a flipped model, they are using Knowmia, they're using the iPad application to create their videos, or they're using another type of platform, but it's really great to sit down and to hear from different educators and their experience with videos. This page will give you a very short rundown of how you can use student video lessons. It's a great project idea. It's very simple, it's very secure, it's very safe, and it's a great way to give students another form of creating a project. And using the iPad application is very simple and very easy, and students really love it. And of course, Knowmia has a help section with frequently asked questions, which you may visit at any time. But what I prefer is the support blog. The support blog really goes through a lot of issues that are happening or that you may be experiencing while you're creating your videos. So for example, the Knowmia mini course feature is beta testing right now. So there may be an issue that you're having, and you're going to see that issue appear here in the blog, and they're going to talk you through it, and it's going to really make you feel supported. Alright, so at this point we've been through quite a few things on the Knowmia website, and now we're really going to start to look at how do I actually create my very first video lesson to use in the classroom. Knowmia provides this link that really gives you a great comparison, a lot of hints and tips and tricks, gives you notes about advantages and challenges for the 3 different ways that you could create your video lesson. You could either use an iPad tool, such as the Knowmia Teach application. You could record yourself with a camcorder, or use screencasting tools. So for example, if you're going to maybe do a lot of math problems where you need to work out your answers, the iPad application could be really great in doing that. The camcorder is great for recording your facial expressions and your hand gestures, and the screencasting is great when you're going to walk through websites such as this lesson. There's also this link where you can look at the comparison between the 2 Knowmia iPad applications. You have the Knowmia Teach application and the Knowmia Teach Pro application. There is a little bit of differences, and it depends on what are you going to need for creating your lesson. So for example, I use the Knowmia Teach when creating most of my lessons. I don't necessarily use the Knowmia Teach Pro. One thing in particular that I think is great is the web recording feature, which is available in the Pro, as well as the background music. But other than that, I haven't really noticed a distinct difference in between the two. You're perfectly fine. You can do a great lesson with the Knowmia Teach application. At this point, we have reached the end of the lesson, and we've talked about quite a few things. We've talked about the Knowmia platform, we've talked about the flipped classroom as a form of rotation using video lessons and the activity time being increased in class. And we have talked about the iPad application, which we are now going to explore after completing this Knowmia assignment wizard. So to complete your Knowmia assignment wizard after the lesson and after this video has finished, you're going to click the next button, and it's going to take you through a series of instructions and questions. Make sure you push the submit button at the end of the lesson, and all of that data is turned in to the teacher. So we're simulating what it looks like to be a student. And I'm going to pull up that screen that's going to show us all of the data, and you're going to see the power of data that Knowmia Wizard provides for us as educators. As you finish, and as you're waiting for the other students in the room to finish, I want you to pick up an iPad and begin to explore the Knowmia Teach iPad application.